This video is about a better way to improve. It's about adding good things. I want to show you how it's better than just getting rid of bad things, and how we need to focus on how to create more good things. I'm also going to provide you with some examples. The traditional way we improve is to find problems. We look for diseases, risks, toxins, deficits, bad things we don't want in dirt. We figure out, let's eliminate them. Let's just push them away and get rid of them so we don't have them anymore. But once we do that, we're not actually better. We're just the same as we were without the problem. We haven't created a new reality or a better reality, just one without the problem. A better way to improve is to first figure out, what do we want? What's our idealized outcome? What do we want to create? Happiness, enthusiasm, hope, more profits, well-being, productivity, laughter. And then we think, well, what comes before those desired outcomes? What do we have to do? What do we have to put in place so we can get those desired outcomes? And then we optimize the process. We add things we need to do and put in place for the outcome to happen. Get rid of things that are keeping those things from happening, and make sure we put in place things that will cause those desired outcomes so we can make them part of our new reality. Of course, along the way, we must always plot the progress so we can see that we're continually moving towards those desired outcomes, so we continually improve. And if we're not, we need to adjust and adapt. A great thing with doing it this way is that with idealized outcomes, when we realize those idealized outcomes, the bad things that we don't want, they somewhat dissolve. Because if they didn't, we couldn't have the desired outcomes. We wouldn't have the improvement we desire if those bad things still existed, or if they were still relevant. Adding positive is a more powerful way to improve than eliminating negatives. Some professional uses were Stephen Covey in the 1980s when he looked at the habits of highly effective people. Instead of finding what people were doing wrong, he studied what did effective people do? What were habits they had? And when we engaged or developed those positive habits, when we added those positives, we could become effective also. They are powerful lessons for personal change, as he states. In business, W. Edwards Deming was about quality and how to move towards the positive of a higher quality. He said, we need to add more abilities so we can become response able, or we have the abilities to respond and create positives that are higher quality and better outcomes than we could have otherwise. Saluda Genesis is for health, and it's about how do we create health? How do we create the positive outcome? What are the origins or the precursors to the desired outcomes of gratitude, efficacy, hardiness, empathy, humor? And creating those things, looking at our assets or our positive things, and how do we build the positive things to improve, to create the outcome we want or the idealized outcome we desire. In policy, libertarian paternalism, the great book Nudge talks about how to improve decisions in health, wealth, and happiness by thinking about how do we nudge people or nudge organizations towards making choices that lead to idealized outcomes that we want to have. So we're moving towards positives by adding things that lead to those positive outcomes. Overall, I'm saying we have to improve and create a better tomorrow by adding positives. Think, what do we need to do to create the desired outcome we want? Thank you. I look forward to hearing about your successes.